Let me spin this thing. I have to hand it to my brother in life. I have to hand it to my friend. I have to hand it to mini me. Let me bring in another coach. Let me bring in another man of strength and value. Let me bring in Haas Tabrizi. Brother, take it.
Thank you, brother DP. I, one, love being introduced by you, but two, hate following you. It brings back the days of coaching and you speak and everyone's ready to dive through the walls and run hard through the walls and go win a championship and go all out. And for me, just hearing your talk, I forget my chapter, your talk, it's remembering to be thankful and thanking God to know where we are today versus where we were with rock bottom, and that one more day. I'm so thankful that God was looking over you, that you're still here, because you meant so much to me in my life. But I guess it's time to talk about how loud is your pain, and so with my chapter, my story is different. I'm very blessed. I have 3 wonderful kids. My parents are still alive. I've always had a roof over my head. The issue in my life has been my health. I really try to hide it. There's so many things that have happened, and in the story that I talk about, I was going to be on TV. I was going to be a part of NBC4, and my concussions were so bad that I couldn't talk. I couldn't finish sentences. I couldn't look into the light. Well, God has his plan, and because of it, I became a math teacher. And when I became a math teacher, I didn't dwell on not being able to be on TV. I was an arrogant young person, and I loved myself, and I thought I did a good job on TV, but that wasn't what was supposed to happen. What was supposed to happen was I was supposed to go meet my wife, who was a math teacher. What was supposed to happen was I was supposed to go and coach kids. I was supposed to teach kids. And so there was a reason for that. And instead of dwelling on it, I was supposed to refocus and choose another path. Then more health issues happened. And instead of going into them, the purpose of my book is to give everyone breadcrumbs to help themselves, whether it's with physical health, mental health, recovery with substance, whatever it might be, is to just give you some guidance and tools to better yourself every day. So what I talk about in my book is refocusing and choosing another path. Mental health is really important. Get better every day. So there's things I talk about in there. I talk about mental health for multiple reasons. In my culture, in a lot of people's cultures, it's shameful to have mental health issues. It's shameful to work on your mind. It's shameful to work on your brain. You're a weak person for doing that. I was with my physical therapist on Thursday because I'm still dealing with a lot of physical pain, and he's always on time, and he was about 7 minutes late, and it's like clockwork. They go 45 minutes in and out, and they're never late. But he was 7 minutes late, and he was distraught. And I looked at him and I'm like, "Are you okay?" And he's like, "No." I'm like, "Okay, what's wrong?" He's like, "I think I'm going to lose my marriage." And it's like, all right, just let's pause real quick. I feel pretty good today. What you did 2 days ago, I feel pretty good. Let's spend 10 minutes on you, and then maybe for like 20 minutes, you can work on right here, just right there. And then that's it. Let's work on you for a minute. And he's like, "Are you sure?" I'm like, let's do this. I was like, "Have you or your wife gone to therapy?" He's like, "No, but that's what I was looking for right now." And I was like, "Well, what does your wife think about therapy?" It's like, I brought it up to her, and she got really mad at me and said, "You think I'm crazy? You think I need help?" And it's like, okay, well, number one, you can't fix it yourself. Someone's going to have to tell her, because right now you're coming off like a bad guy. But number two, when's the last time you guys have gone on a date? I tried to use what my therapist would say to me and impart that to them. And he's like, "We haven't gone in a while." He's like, "When's the last time?" He's like, "Well, a couple of years." And they moved here a year ago, and they had no one to really help them. I was like, "Look, Saturday and Sunday are a little bit busy. I coach all 3 of my kids. I have this book launch coming up. 49ers are playing Saturday night. How about Friday? You drop off your son. My kids will help play with them. They'll love it. And you guys go out on a date, because if your wife doesn't want therapy, that's what therapy is about. It's recharging your batteries. It's remembering why you live your life. And you guys have never been alone in over a year. You've been in a pandemic, you moved, and so on and so forth. And this huge sigh of relief, the anxiety, he was literally having a panic attack while starting my physical therapy session, and it went away. Now, I'm not a trained professional. A trained professional can actually go and help people and give them the tools. And what's cool about my chapter is I use my therapist to give people the knowledge and what helped me. In my chapter, willingness to be honest was the number one thing by my doctor. He said, your willingness to be honest with me allows me to help you. So if you want help, you have to be honest. Number two, it's random luck. If you're not getting help from the right therapist, find another one. So I'm really lucky to have who I have. Determination. I am determined to get better every day. And then another thing, so I'm always injured because I think I can do everything. And my flexibility and my superhero status is what helps me get better. And a lot of you are that way, where you take on too much and you do too many things. Well, learning to say no is really important. And I know I didn't even talk about what I talked about in the book, just because the story just happened and I thought it was relevant. But in the book, I've experienced over a dozen suicides in my life, and it's really impacted me. And I didn't want that to ever be the case for my family, knowing what that's done to other people's families. And with brain injuries, you'll see in the NFL, because my major injury is brain injury. You've seen the NFL that suicide and CTE and all these things happen with brain injuries. And so I decided after I hit rock bottom, and there was a suicide of someone I cared about from high school, that no matter what, I need to build that muscle. I need to build that organ and make sure that I have the strength. And so that when there are bad days, because there are going to be bad days, you just never know when they're going to be bad days, I'm ready for it. So I'll end with this last thing. There's 6 breadcrumbs that I talk about in the book. Don't let your pain define you. Surround yourself with people that love you and want you to succeed. It's really cool that you guys are here supporting your authors. It means they're loved. It means they have good people with them. Make sure to reciprocate to the people that love you. Get rid of negativity. The voices in our head that are negative, that has to go. If you have negative people around you, that has to go. Control the controllable. Number 5 is find what recharges you. And the last thing, celebrate your wins. You have so many wins. If you can think of 3 wins every day, I have a board up there and it says celebrate your wins, because there's so much negativity, so many losses. But if you celebrate your wins, in the words of DP, you'll have one more day and you'll enjoy it. Thank you.